Hey team, thanks for joining me. Today we're going to take a look at how you can navigate and interpret your Fit3d comparison report. So this video is applicable for those who have had 2 or more Fit3d body scans and wanting to check out how you can compare your results. So I've logged in already at Fit3d.com, and once you're logged in, it automatically takes you to your most recent wellness report. If you want to just look at individual wellness reports, the top right will show you all the scan reports you've got. To go to the comparison view, you need to go to the left side of the page, click on comparison. I would strongly recommend you're using a bigger screen, such as a computer instead of the phone for this. The results are a lot more visually powerful when you're using a bigger screen. As soon as you log in, it will take you your baseline versus your current. On the bottom of the screen, you can spin your 3D images around in all directions. And it's quite cool seeing that you can pause it at different phases. For example, side on, you'll see this person's lost quite a lot from around their waist and hip region. The top right will show you baseline metrics in terms of the numbers, baseline, current, and the difference, and it will graph it on the table. If you're trying to determine how successful a training period or nutrition period was in the past, or I should say an intervention was in the past, you can just click on that and the numbers will change in the graph, and then the highlighted red on the graph will also change. It automatically puts you on the body shape rating, but you could look at trunk to leg volume ratio in the graph just by simply clicking a button. You can also click on that, go into body composition, and that'll tell you body fat, baseline, current, and difference, your weight, fat mass, and lean mass. Or if I go back to this guy's most recent scan, you will see that the body fat percentage, weight, fat mass, and lean mass, the difference is a lot larger when he's compared from his first to most recent scan. The graphs aren't very obvious if you don't click on the different words. So you can isolate the graph. So body fat percentage, it just isolates a graph, and you can visually see in a really quick snapshot how well you've done at each of the different training periods or intervention periods. You will see in this particular example where they have lost a lot of weight, which is great, but most of the weight they've lost has been fat mass, and they've maintained all their lean mass or muscle. It's very hard to grow lean mass and decrease fat mass at the same time. I'd estimate in the 10,000 scans that I've performed so far, less than 0.5% of people are able to do that, despite it being most people's dream. You can go into the measurement section. So top left, we've just clicked on measurement. For health, some of the main metrics I'd be tracking would be waist and hip circumference. Again, you can just isolate those. And you can click on the enlarge feature and bring it up in the middle of the screen if you want to. And again, even in the middle of the screen, you can isolate those graphs. For those of you wanting to check out a whole lot of measurement, you can go in here, or you can compare your arms. So you could, again, click on forearms and just bring up the biceps in the middle of the screen. You'll see in this example, the left arm is bigger than the right on every occasion. You could do the same for legs if you're wanting to check out symmetry or muscle growth. Then again, bring it on the top of the screen. You'll see in this example, the right leg was bigger every single time. There's an additional torso measurement as well. So I think for those of you wanting to use this to track health, the 3 main measurements, if I'm tracking a client for health and body composition, like they're trying to lose weight or body fat, the waist, max waist, and natural waist are really quite handy features. So if all 3 of those are going down, or the trend is going down, it's an indication that they're going to have less visceral fat and less cardiovascular disease risk. If you're looking to compare posture, just go to the top left, click on posture. Again, it'll do a baseline and current. And if you want to check out posture during different periods, just change the date. In the side-on view, for example, on the top right of the screen, baseline, they were 2.2 centimeters further forward than the black plumb line. And the most recent, they are 4.2 centimeters forward. So it's actually showing, in this particular example, they were 2 centimeters worse, or their head was poking forward 2 centimeters more on their most recent scan compared to their first. Of course, you can print out results as well. Just have to click on the print section, and this is automatically gone to a comparison view, and baseline, current, and the difference, all the main metrics are on there. Again, you can change the date if you want to compare different periods. You can also go up to the top there if you just want to go to a single scan report. This is nice and easy if you want to print and save a PDF and send it to a trainer or someone else that's involved in the decision-making process for your health and wellness. There's one other section for those who want to dig a little bit deeper. You can go into the 3 horizontal line icon in the top left and click on Scan History. As soon as you do that, all your most recent scans will come up. If you click on an image, again, I'd be using a computer for this, then in the bottom section of the screen, it'll give you an option to download OBJ or a GIF file, and you can download a whole lot of measurements. So when you download the measurements, we will explore this separately in another video. However, you can download like the limb volume left versus right in terms of arms and legs, torso volume, arm length, leg length, and a whole lot of additional metrics as well. In this section, there's also, if you want to download your 3D image and print off your body in a little 3D model, that's where you can download the image as well. So that's a quick recap of how to interpret and navigate around the Fit3d body scan comparison reports. The only other suggestion I'd make is if you're an individual looking at your report, then I would contact your administrator for access to the overlay feature. Administrators have access to the overlay feature, where I'll bring it up on the screen, where you can put one image on top of the other. So in this particular example, black's their first scan and blue's their most recent. Now, you as an individual will not have access to this, just the administrator will. So the administrator could simply do a screenshot or a snippet on the screen and email this to you or send it to you if you want access to it. And if you have done really well, if you have changed your body composition, I would strongly recommend you to get in touch with your administrator to grab that image. It's pretty cool, especially if you've done really well. So that's the main parts around the comparison reporting. If anyone has any questions, please shoot us an email, peter@healthandfitnesstesting.nz.